Okay, as we get closer to starting the process for keyword research, it's important to keep in mind branded search versus non-branded search. The majority of your time will be spent on non-branded search keywords because they have typically a higher search volume. Unless, of course, you are a local business, with a brick and mortar location, then you can spend a lot of time doing branded search and showing up in local searches. The next thing that you want to look at when you're identifying whether or not a keyword is worth trying to rank for is search intent. Search intent tells us basically what the person who searched for that thing wanted. Even though they searched for Nike running shoes, they may want to read about Nike running shoes. What are some of their features? They may want to buy Nike running shoes. They might be looking for discounts or coupons on Nike running shoes. They may just be comparing Nike running shoes to Alta running shoes. If you understand the intent of different searches, you're better able to create content that answers whatever that query is trying to satisfy. There's four different types of search intent: informational, navigational, commercial, and transactional. And each one of these types of search intent signifies something different. And you can look for specific keywords within a search query to identify typically which bucket that query is going to fall into. So informational search queries are the who, what, where, when, why type questions. If you have a marketing background or any marketing experience, these are very like top of funnel search queries. And the person who's searching for something typically isn't in a place where they're getting ready to buy something. Navigational queries are very specific queries, typically looking for a brand, product, or the name of a service. A navigational query usually means that the person knows what they want. They know specifically what they're looking for. And not a lot else is known about the navigational query. If I type Nike running shoes, as I mentioned before, there's a bunch of different things I could be looking for, trying to figure out about those Nike running shoes. But it's hard for Google to really know without any additional modifiers what aspect of Nike running shoes I'm interested in. Commercial queries are exactly what they sound like. It means that the person has some type of a commercial intent, whether that's buying a product or just comparing products and getting ready to buy them. Some of the modifiers that tell you it's a commercial query are best. Maybe I'm looking at the best running shoes, which that means I probably am going to purchase some running shoes if I'm looking for a comparison, or maybe I'm just looking for a review of running shoes. Both of those searches would signal some type of commercial intent, even though I'm not necessarily ready to make that purchase. Commercial is the search that happens just before someone's about to make a purchase. When someone is ready to make a purchase, that is a transactional search. And the intent can be signaled by keywords like buy or coupon, order, also certain types of stores, or purchase, cheap, price, and pricing all signify transactional intent. Transactional search queries are very, very bottom of the funnel. It's right at the moment that someone's about to make a purchase or make a transaction. As you take all of the search queries that are showing up in Google Search Console, and as we dive into some of the keyword research platforms that you're going to be using, keep in mind what is the intent behind this person's search. Because as you get better and better at identifying what their intent is, you'll be able to create more effective content that will rank well. And you'll also be able to get what you want out of creating that content. For example, if you just want people to learn something, if it's an informational search, then you can just provide lots of great information. But you may want to have informational content on your website, like who is the best long distance runner. But you may also want to have some commercial content show up next to that search. So if you're ranking for who's the best long distance runner, and you know that the person who's searching for that probably is interested in running, you may also want to have what are the best running shoes show up as related content. And then after someone reads about the best long distance runner and the best running shoes, then you may want to have a list of cheap running shoes, or running shoe stores in their city. All that type of content can be connected and relate it in a way that walks the user through the marketing funnel to the point where they're ready to make a purchase, whether that's from your website or from your physical brick and mortar store. Knowing what the intent is of those searches can help increase your business by driving organic traffic to your storefront or to your e-commerce website.